It's winter solstice tomorrow, well, in the southern hemisphere. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's summer solstice, right? Hey people, welcome. I feel like I haven't done a live stream for ages, but I've been working through some pretty big stuff myself, and I know that it's got a lot to do with many things all at once. The strong message I was getting this morning is feels like there's such a releasing of like energetic ties of things that you thought were aligned and actually are not aligned. But it wasn't that they weren't aligned at the time, because everything evolves and changes, and the message I was getting this morning is that it's simply just evolving and changing, and these kind of things, like it's like like everything feels right at the time, otherwise you wouldn't be doing it, right? So it's not about beating yourself up and like, oh well, I shouldn't have done that. It's like, no, everything happens for a reason, and if it didn't feel right, you wouldn't have been there doing that at the time, right? So it's kind of like, you can look at it as everything as a lesson, or you can just look at it for what it is and actually just focus on the right now. So as we are in crown chakra month at the moment, and as I've kind of been posting, like waking up out of denial and, having realizations about all these sorts of things, as we are working in the crown chakra and we're coming into third eye, we are waking up out of denial, new energies coming in, and then we're seeing what's really going on, with the third eye. So you're kind of having these realizations and then actually seeing everything for kind of what it is. And it's like, actually, that's not me, or actually, that's not who I am, or actually, that's not aligned with me anymore, so I need to make changes, right? And it might take you a bit to make changes as well. Like, the message I'm getting is like, be gentle with yourself, and you might make changes, and you're like, yeah, and then you kind of go back to how things were, and you're like, but then you like pick yourself up quicker, and then you do it again, and then it becomes easier and easier, because as we are putting in these new ideas and new paradigms and new brain waves in, the neural pathways are changing, and the neural pathways are shifting and creating something new, right? So it's kind of like, the message I'm getting is really strange. Well, not really strange, but I'm wondering if there's like new avenues or new things that you're exploring, new things that you're trying, new places that you're visiting, because all these things, while they seem, I don't know if it seems insignificant, but when we get the urge to like move house or travel or go somewhere and do something we haven't done before, if you can imagine it like, I don't know what the kind of word is, almost like a map or something, right? So when you travel somewhere new or you go and visit somewhere new, it's like this, like you're opening doors in your brain, you're opening new neural pathways in your brain. I guess that's why people love traveling so much, because you are exploring and it's new things and new perceptions and realities and stuff open up, yeah? So if you are feeling stuck and stagnant, getting out and doing something new helps to shift, and almost like bashing down an old door sort of thing, right? And allowing that fresh and new energy in. The other message I'm getting, if you are fairly, feeling quite alive and there is all this new energy flooding in, it's like, being mindful to keep that coming into your body and creating and allowing yourself to trust in the flow, right? I wanted to pull an animal card about this kind of new energy. I was going to pull something else, and I was like, no, I need the animals today. So, because, the whole releasing energetic ties, and that kind of, like I said, like things shift naturally, and it's like, things will feel right at a particular time, and then you're like, oh, actually, this is not actually in alignment for me, or this doesn't feel right, and you're like, you might not have realized that before, but it's all a process of finding what's right for you, okay? And interesting, I've pulled the Heron card. So this is out of the Messages from Your Spirit Guides by Dr. Stephen Palmer. Oh, look, I remembered to turn the camera around so you can see it this time. So the blue heron, and it says, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from from others. Now this is really on point, yeah, it's really alignment with the message I was getting this morning about releasing the energetic ties and, you know, and trusting yourself over other people. So sometimes when we have realizations and we wake up out of denial that actually this situation isn't right for me anymore, sometimes obviously there's a process and a grief and loss process around you know, around change, because grief and loss is, you know, the grief cycle is very natural in any form of change, whether it's good change or bad change. And the whole thing of, you know, like, you know, when we are letting go of energetic ties and things that don't feel right anymore, we can go through that doubt and confusion. We're like, oh, this doesn't feel right anymore. And then we go, oh, okay, well, I need to make changes, or, you know, you start doing that. And then you're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't. And I'm not sure, but actually you are fucking sure, and you do know, right? And you know, when you release yourself from things and situations and people that no longer feel right anymore, you are standing up for what you believe in, even when it doesn't make logical sense. You're like, and that's when you're like, oh, actually maybe I should, I don't know, right? I can pull one for you, Nerissa, for sure. And you know, and this kind of standing up for yourself, it's trusting yourself over the other person. It's trusting yourself over, it's trusting what feels right for you. And sometimes when we can release ourselves from situations, places, people, things, we go through that, you know, oh, I'm not sure, or oh, I'm not sure, right? And it is just a matter of like knowing that actually it's right for me, and it was right for me at the time, but it's not right for me now, and I need to trust myself. And you might get like a backfire from other people, or you might get a you know, there might be an energetic discord there. You know, when you are releasing those ties, it's kind of like almost like a lucky band, almost. It's like ping, it's like can go like that, and you're like, oh, and then there's like a gap or a hole there almost. There's something else I was just gonna say about that. Releasing energetic ties, and it's gone, but it's on the tip of my tongue, my intuitive tongue there. What is that sense? Okay, as you know, I look at the bottom card of the deck, so I've pulled the zebra card. I like that I remembered to turn the camera around for you this time. Check it out, zebra. You can see it. Let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. Hello, you are not in jail. Fear will keep you in jail. And the letting go of fear and standing up for what you believe in is so what's going on. Oh, that's what I was going to say, because you're feeling really low, Nerissa, as you just said in that comment. There is people feeling really low today. It's solstice tomorrow, okay? So obviously shortest day of the year and longest day of the year in the Northern Hemisphere. Really like huge energetic gateway portals, you know, around solstice and around the other one at the mid solstice, whatever that's called, slipping the name off my tongue at this moment in time. I should know this stuff, but I don't. Well, it's there, you know. Anyway, so these kind of days are the shifts in the thing. So it's like midwinter here, right? So we're going to start going into longer days and nights now. And these are energetic portals in time. So people do have big shifts. So, you know, like I've been going through some shit in the past kind of week. And I will share more about that soon. Not on this live stream, but I know I'll get to it. And this like sense of, you know, like just know that it is solstice tomorrow. I looked it up. It's at 2:30 in the afternoon, or just before 2:30 Australian Eastern Standard Time tomorrow is the peak of it. So, but we're already in the energy of it, and I feel like for the past week we've been in the energy of it. There's also all this astrological lineups and stuff at the moment happening. I'll share them. It's Elizabeth Peru. You can go check out her page. There's been big stuff happening. There's been a lot of make or break points. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Real kind of choice point, make or break. It's either you're going to finally shift through some stuff, or you're going to keep staying in the repeating patterns. So know that if you have made some decisions, or you have shifted through some stuff, or you are shifting, or you're in some stuff, know that solstice is tomorrow. These are gateways, these are portals, these are kind of energetic shifts in time, quite literally, because, you know, with a very physical, you know, manifestation of winter and summer solstice, you know, the days start getting longer and shorter from that shift from tomorrow. So being the shortest day of the year and talking where we are in the southern hemisphere, it is winter. So it is an internal time. It's a reassessing time. It's a checking in with, you know, what's going on internally. It's a restructuring internally, and, you know, like warming foods or warming herbs, you know, like your gingers and your spices and, you know, all that warming fires are really kind of, what's the word, like nurturing and supportive through this time. Slow cooked meals, you know, all that real, you know, warming stuff, yeah? For some reason I had to talk about the foods there. So just being mindful of that for yourself. So I'm just going to pull a liquid crystal card as well about the solstice energy, because there is a lot of people feeling low and shifting through some stuff for the solstice tomorrow. Okay, so pulled black onyx. I forget that I've turned this around. Okay, where is it? It's kind of opposite. Oh no, where is it? Can you see it? Okay, black onyx, this one. Grounded self-awareness. This is the liquid crystal. So it kind of makes sense, right? With the messages that I've been getting today and the yoga classes that I just did for live stream this morning. Is this blue heron, oops, this blue heron, it's opposite for me, make a stand for what you believe in, and this grounded self-awareness. This is very much what I was talking about in yoga the whole time, about being grounded. It's not something I usually talk about all the time. Obviously there is a lot of that going on, because when we have these realizations and we come into our body and we become aware, we are grounding down this energy. So what, you know, when we wake up out of denial, we're like, well, actually that's not what's right for me anymore. Yeah, so that grounded self-awareness is being able to, you know, take that stand for yourself and become aware of what's not right for you anymore, and be okay that you might need to make changes, or be okay that it's going to be that you're in shit at the moment, or, you know, be okay that you're not feeling 100%, right? I want to point out the bottom card of the deck, which is kyanite, and that's alignment, yeah? Trying to get this right, there we go. So alignment, yeah, very powerful card. The totem for that one is the crow or the raven. So, you know, and I was getting that in the yoga class again this morning, we are aligning into a new consciousness, throat chakra. I know astrologically there's a throat chakra stuff going on at the moment too. So if you've got stuff going on from over the weekend, and this past thing is probably a lack of communication, is probably the biggest kind of factor that I was really getting the message of over these past few days. Lack of communication and trusting in self, standing up for what you believe in, which is then fuels on that communication, yeah? So pretty big, strong messages there. So just be mindful of solstice energy. Like I said, it's kind of peaking tomorrow, but just like full moon, we kind of feel this energy way before it happens. So, you know, do something nice for yourself, whether you're in the southern hemisphere or the northern hemisphere in the summer or winter solstice. Just acknowledge it. You know, the ancient tribes and all the ancient peoples and eons ago, that's how they used to, you know, have their calendars around the solstice and around the midwinters and the, oh my God, what's the other ones called? I can't even remember what they're called. You know, the quarter points. I can't even remember what they're called at the moment. Anyway, okay, Narissa, I pulled a card for you, but two actually came out. So Gorilla was on top. Take time to listen to those. Take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, especially your family members. Polar Bear was underneath. Stand up for yourself and speak your truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to the outcome. So kind of equinoxes. Thank you, Bryony. Oh my God, that's what it was. I'm like, I know that word. It is the equinox. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. So Narissa, this whole, you know, that is so much about what I was just talking about, right? So take the time to listen compassionately to those you love, but stand up for yourself and speak your truth compassionately. It's almost catch-22. At the same time, it's like so in alignment, it's not funny. And I'm really getting the message for you. It is, you know, you might have spoken up for your truth and, you know, it didn't go what you thought it was going to be, or all that sort of thing. And it is just about trusting that, you know, when you speak up, and I was getting this message too, or, you know, in the light field yoga I did this morning, but it, you know, it's in alignment with what's going on with releasing these energetic ties, is that, you know, if there is things that you're coming aware of and you are speaking up in your truth about them, And these, you know, like this, it's like, what is that saying? I'm trying to think of it. If you can't say the wrong thing to the right person, right? And if they're meant to be, then they will stay, right? But you need to be able to have the courage, and that's what that first card was. So these are for you, Narissa, but these are for everybody, because energetically this is what's going on and we're all feeling it. So this is in alignment with the blue heron. It's like, stand up for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others, right? And it is about being able to speak compassionately and stand up for your truth, right? Polar bear, stand up for yourself, speak your truth respectfully and compassionately, but also take the time to listen compassionately to those you love. So it's not about you're right and they're wrong, but it is about everybody being able to have a voice and everybody being able to, you know, feel confident that they are being heard and that you can speak up and that you're being heard too. So, you know, that takes practice, and sometimes, you know, like, sometimes people just don't have the capacity to listen. Some people don't know how to listen. Some people don't know how to speak up. Some people don't know how to hold space for people while they're processing. You know, if you get triggered and you don't, you know, how can you hold space for that person as well? And sometimes it can come to a head, and, you know, and as I'm teaching in the Calling in Your Soulmate course, it depends how willing two people are to actually work through something. It depends how committed to something two people are and what they want in life and what they value in life, right? So I'm really getting that for you, Narissa, if you can kind of hold space for yourself and the situation that's going on. If you need support, obviously I can help you with that. So I hope that helps you. Getting for you, Narissa, too, bit of heart stuff. Might need a cry, maybe. Get some stuff out. Interesting, Sonia. Nice one. Just tuned in while I was reading your liquid crystal cards. Super appreciate that, Bryony. The equinox is so what it is. I knew it. All right, Deb, I'll pull a card for you. I've got to jump on another live stream in the Calling in Your Soulmate training shortly, so I have to be quick. Yay, Sarita. You need this. Woohoo! Timing. Sure thing, Tammy. All right, so this one is for Deb. Deb, the unicorn card is a beautiful card, this one. Oh, it's a bit tricky doing the opposite. Okay, I'm getting used to it. Here we go. The unicorn card. Indulge your creative, imaginative, and magical side through some form of artistic expression. So I'm getting the message around something needs to come out of your heart. There's all this kind of pink or red that's really jumping out of the card there. And whilst it's, you know, red space chakra, but the heart chakra can be green or pink, known, you know, it's the rose quartz crystal as well. And I'm really getting the message for you that something is wanting to come out of you, something your heart is wanting to be expressed in some way, shape or form, whether it's writing a book or painting a painting or taking photos or something. There's something creative that wants to come out of you. And I'm also curious if that is something that you need to voice to someone in some form of relationship for yourself, whether it is I'm kind of getting more career and stuff for you rather than intimate relationships. So I'm wondering if that resonates with you at all. It just feels like something is needing to come out though. The unicorn energy wants to play and to come out if you're feeling a bit bogged down. That creative stuff will help to shift that, yeah? All right. You're very welcome, Narissa. On point. Love it. All right, Tammy, this one is for you. Oh, I was shuffling them. Tammy, this one's come out, and this is the card I pulled for everyone at the start. Oops, blue heron. How interesting, hey? Talk about in alignment. So make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from other people. So very, I don't know, what else can I say about that? Because pretty much the whole of this live stream has been for you as well. And I really do believe, you know, it's such a big collective thing about that, of just, you know, knowing that whatever you're going through, you're very welcome, Deb. You know, is that, I can't believe this. I fully shuffled that, and that's the bottom card as well. I shuffled that for you, Tammy. Did everyone see me shuffling that? That's so full on. Tammy, do you know how much in alignment you are with the collective? Because that zebra card was the bottom card of the deck when I shuffled for everybody then as well. So let go of your fear and know that you are safe and protected at all times. So don't keep yourself in a cage. Stand up for what you believe in and trust that you're fully supported, yeah? So I'm kind of getting around your family, like just trusting, and I'm really getting the message too that you don't really need to say anything. It's kind of like, you know, your personal power comes from, yes, speaking up for what's important to you, but also, you know, like the power of listening to other people, you know, changes them sort of thing, and you don't really need to, you know, I'm getting the message for you too, Tammy, around chrysocolla, the liquid crystal chrysocolla, which is, I think its purpose is silence, and it is that, you know, when you know in yourself what's right for you, you don't need to tell anyone. Like, you know, yeah, you can do things and yeah, you can express it and all that sort of thing, but it's like when you have to prove to other people what you're doing and what's right for you and all that sort of thing, you don't trust yourself. But when you have this internal knowing and you know that you're like, oh yeah, like does it make sense what I'm trying to say? It's a very different energy. If you do have the liquid crystal book, highly recommend having a read of chrysocolla for you, Tammy. All right, Sonia, I pulled a card while I was talking then for you, is the cheetah. Get clear on your intention, stay focused, and move quickly to achieve your goal. So the message there is, I'm just getting, don't let distractions pull you down, even emotions and things that you're like, oh, is this happening again? Like, just allow yourself to, you know, stay focused on what's important to you, and know that we're in a really crucial time at the moment, solstice. Everything that you've been working on, I know you've been working through a lot as well, and you are, you know, very aligned and moving more into your life purpose. So those sort of things, you know, are just distractions to pull you off path. So stay focused and call on cheetah to help you do that, yeah? It's almost like, imagine there's a race and get to it, yeah? Get onto it. You're very welcome, Tammy. She says, spot on with what I'm working on this week leading into the weekend. Total sense, makes total sense. Thank you. You're very welcome, Tammy. No worries. So, the Light-Filled Yoga is open. There's so much crown chakra content. I'm releasing the ebook and the meditations in the membership today. There's already stuff in there as well, and I've got so much stuff to release by the end of the week. And I've been working on a fucking huge project. And that will be released Friday night is my goal, to release that to you guys. This is for everybody, and you're very welcome, Sonia. And I'm super excited. I want to tell you what it is, and I don't, because I've just been working my ass off on this, and it's something that people have been asking me for a long time, you know, and to have them now available very shortly is just feels phenomenal for me. Like, it, you know, the I guess the, what is it? I don't know if the idea dropped in, but I started working on it last Wednesday, not really knowing. I was just like, cool, yeah, I need to do that. And then this, like, and as soon as I started working on it, I was like, whoa, this is so much bigger than I realized. And it was like, for the first time since I've been working online, which is almost a year now, I realized, I was like, wow, it's been almost exactly a year that I've been working online, doing live streams. I think I started about September, October, but actually working on my online business was mid last year. And when I started working on this project last Wednesday, it was like, I don't know how to describe it, but it was just like, I was like, whoa, this is so much bigger. Plus the fact of like, I saw all the bits and pieces. It was like all the puzzle pieces came together. And I was like, oh, you know, like, I don't know, you know that saying, like, start before you're ready? And I think that this is a really important message for everyone right now, that, you know, like, we are in crown chakra, new ideas are flooding in, old paradigms are getting tossed out the window, and you're really tuning into what you're aligning to and what feels right for you. And, you know, releasing any energetic ties that don't serve you anymore. And it is this thing of, like, when I worked on that last Wednesday, and I've been working on it, and it will be released by Friday night, this thing, it's like, you know, I know I've had it, you know, I've had my vision. I've got a big vision. Some of you know what that is. It's a really big vision. It's a crazy out there fucking vision, and it's my vision, and I'm trusting it, but I see it, but I've never known the kind of like all the individual steps to get there, right? I've just been going, okay, cool, I need to do this, and then this. It's like just intuitive. It's like, right, I need to do this now. I need to do this now. And then last week it was just like all the puzzle came together. I was like, oh, I see how the entire thing comes together now. It's just like I've just been trusting and I was just like, oh my God, this is amazing. So I'm really excited. Yeah, it is exciting, Sonia. So I'm looking forward to releasing that on Friday evening. And the Lightfield Yoga membership is open right now. I'll post a link in the comments. There's getting more and more yoga classes in there now, so I'm pretty excited about that. Please send me a message and let me know how you're going, or post in the comments below how you are handling this solstice energy, and let me know what you're going to do for something special for yourself to honor the solstice tomorrow. All right, keep it really real. Lots of love. Namaste.